Hello, DV here with another episode of Mothership Solo with Devin Valentine and Cade Zachary. Last episode, we were able to navigate our ship from Hope 5 into the Scorch Moon and the Scorch Station. While we were doing so, we were encountered by these bounty hunters that had been out on patrol in 3 snub fighters, and we also had an opportunity to search the ship a little further. We searched the third deck and got some stuff, and then we also had a little bit of a run-in with some fin wasps that had taken up residence inside of our ship. We took care of them handily, and now we are ready to dock with the Scorch Station. However, the University of Adalia Minor recognizes that this probably is not our ship, and they want to send an auditor over to check it out. But before we can see how that plays out, how are these bounty hunters going to react? Because now, if we're going to dock at the station, they're going to want to dock as well and come talk with Aaron Wolf, who is the real bounty hunter. They're gonna see that not everything is up to speed. So what we're going to do is we're going to set the scene, and we're going to roll and see what happens when we dock here at the Scorch Station. So before anything else, we're going to set the scene and see what happens. We're going to roll a d6. We got a 6. Things actually go as planned. Wow. I did not expect that, honestly. I had all these plans building up in my head about a chase scene and everything, but I think, why do they not care? Well, I think probably they just didn't like Aram, and they are just going to dock on the station itself instead of docking on the ship. So instead of docking on the shipwright freighter, they're just going to dock on the station itself, and they're going to just go about their business thinking that they will catch up with Aram later. So what we're going to do in that case is we're going to set up a clock of some sort, and we'll roll a d6. In 5 days, they're going to come in and try to rendezvous with Aram and see what's what. These guys have been out in space. They're ready for some shore leave. They're just going to go and live it up a little bit. They're barely above pirates. You know, these bounty hunters are just barely above pirates. So yeah, they're not going to be a problem. So we dock at the Scorch Station. We see the snub fighters dock as well, and Cade and Devin have a little discussion about what. I can't believe they are just leaving us alone. But they dock separately, and we're docking on these long piers that facilitate these large ships to dock, and they're docking in these little hangar bays. So they're completely separate. So they're not even going to see us undock from the ship. So we take the time to load in all of our stuff that we've gathered into our drop ship, and we're going to, if we need to make a run for it in a hurry, we're just going to abandon this shipwright ship, and we're going to use our drop ship to make a run for it. But we meet up with the dockmaster here at the Scorch Station of Adalia Minor, University of Adalia Minor. They are welcoming here, but they have an unyielding authority, so we know that. We also know they do medical research here. And so what we're going to do is we are going to see if we can speak with the dockmaster here, who is radioed in for an auditor to come check on the thing. And we're going to see what is it going to take to make this problem go away, right? So we're going to see, how does he react to us. 1 is surprisingly lacking, meaning he's not very friendly. 6 is he's super friendly. All right. He's helpful is 6. 1 is hostile. We're going to see what his reaction to us is. He's 5. He's more than expected, meaning he's helpful, but not necessarily like accommodating. So he gives us a little bit of a hint that if we do a cargo run for the auditor, they're always needing some less than up and up cargo moved, that they will likely look the other way. And so we began to talk with him, and we ask if there's a few things we need to know about on this station. One, we need to know where can we go get medical treatment. Does he know where that is? I'm going to say likely. He does know where that is. 3+, yes. So that's a straight yes. There's no modifier on it. So he tells us where to go get medical treatment. That's good. And we also need to know, do they know where there's some less than hackers? Are there hackers, like a hacker organization here on the station that we can kind of get in contact with? Does he know that? No, he does not. Okay, so he doesn't know where any hackers are. So I was planning on taking that decayed, what did I have? I have a decayed AI processing core that has information about Project Hellmouth. I was going to take that and see if we could get some information here about that, but unfortunately, he does not know where that is. But he does tell us where we can find the medical center. So we make our way to the medical center, and Devin is going to seek treatment for his 2 conditions and his wound. So we're going to reference the manual. Okay, so what is it going to cost for treating 2 conditions? So a cognitive defragmentation. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit on this bad boy because it's a little small. A cognitive defragmentation is 100,000 credits. Takes 24-hour surgical treatment and removes 1 condition. There's a 1% chance of total amnesia. Holy crap. You get disadvantage on intellect checks, sanity saves, and fear saves for 4 weeks. Holy cow. I might as well get both of them done. That's 200,000 credits. That's at least 3 jobs for 100,000 credits, and that's a high-paying job. Well, let's just see how much. Let's see what the pay is here. So a salary for 1 month is 2,000 for every master skill, 1,000 for every expert skill. So it's about, we're looking at around 10,000 credits, I guess, probably, for a pretty dangerous job. So 200,000. Whoa, how many jobs is that? Oh my God, we're going to be working for the university forever unless we can make some sort of big haul. Okay, that's fine. We're not going to worry about that. We're going to take on some debt. All right, so these are a little bit different debt rules for Mothership that I found. It sounded really cool. So it's a little different than the base rules, but I like these a little bit better. As a baseline, the crew can take on a maximum of 20 debt. All right, so 5 debt is about what it would require to get like a fighter or a shuttle. Okay, those run for about 250,000 credits. I know that, according to the Shipbreaker's Guide. Oh, no, excuse me. They're 50 million credits. Holy cow, that's expensive. Okay, well, never mind that. Where did I see anything about the fighters? Maybe it's down here further. That's in mini ships. Okay. Mini ships. Okay. These are around 250,000. Okay. So the mini ships are around 200 for the little sky car. Okay. So that being said, 5 debt is around 250,000 credits. That's what I meant by that. So for 5 debt, So if we take on debt with the university, the creditors will pay for fuel and warp cores, minor repairs and maintenance, and the salaries of our contractors. Which, interesting. So if we go into debt to the university, well, the company will basically own us. We can take on additional debt to get upgrades for our ships, for currency. We can gain an additional debt to go on shore leaves, or we can just pay for our shore leave. I think we'll probably just end up paying for our shore leave. But seeking psychiatric treatment will be 1 debt. Okay. So we can cure a condition. So that's 2 debt. All right. So we're going to cure a condition. That's 2 debt. We're going to heal all wounds. That's 3 debt. And yeah, let's do that. We'll call it 3 debt. We'll take on 3 debt for that. And then we can get free fuel and other stuff as well as part of that debt. But, oh my gosh, we can take another debt and get 3 ticks toward learning a new skill. Oh my gosh, that would be wonderful. We could take the military skills. But I kind of have an idea for what I want to do with the military skill. So, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to take 3 debt. So I need to find a place on my character sheet to take on the debt. All right, we're just going to nestle it down in the bottom there. That's my debt. So we've got 3 debt for Devin, and it's going to take us 1 day per condition to be treated. I'm going to say that they can go in and do both conditions at the same time, so we're just going to count 1 day for that, and then another day. Actually, they should be able to do all 3 during the same surgery. So we're going to do 1 24 hours. He's going to be in the medical bay. That's 1 day of the 5 days before the bounty hunters come back looking for their ship. So Devin is going to get placed into the med bay of this university, and let's take a look and see how this debt check is going to work. So when they finish shore leave, they gain debt for any other reason. Okay. So we're going to count this as shore leave. Devin is going to take shore leave as well, and then we'll check our debt. But first, let's do our shore leave for Devin and Cade. Okay, we're going to go ahead and reduce this to, oh, we have to check, don't we? All right, so we're going to take some shore leave. So how much, first of all, how much does it cost? We are on did we determine what class of station this is? I'm going to say it's probably a B class. So it's going to be pretty expensive for shore leave here, which is 2d10 times 1,000. So, oof, that's 8,000. Holy cow. Jeebus Christo. But it does convert 1d10 stress into skill points if we make our save. So it's 8,000 credits. Holy cow. Dang, expensive. We could take another debt. But no, I think we'll take the hit. 8,000 credits. We're going to say it pays for both of them. So 22,585. We're down to 22,000 credits. And while Devin is getting treated, we're going to go ahead and roll our saves for our shore leave check here. So we're going to get under a sanity save. A 15, nice. Boom. 15, convert some stress into improved saves. Each port converts a different amount of stress. Whatever stress you don't convert is relieved down to the minimum stress. So it's a B-class ship. We go a 1d10. Come on, high numbers. 8. Yes. 8 skill points. Fantastic. And I reduced my stress down to the minimum for Devin. All right, so 8 skill points. Holy cow, that's great. Let's pop up the body up to 40. Let's go body up to 40. All right, so probably would have been wiser to spread those out, but I don't care. We're doing it. let's do a save for Cade. He has a body of 35 as well. We're going to roll for him. He gets a 17. Nice. He also saves. And what is he going to reduce? He's only going to do 3. That's fine. So he gets down to 2. He's going to get his health up to 20. I need to do Devin's health also. He gets 2 points, so we'll do his body. Oops, we'll do a body save for him, 36, and we'll do a fear save also. So 36, and we'll do a sanity save. He gets 3, so 1 for each. All right, fantastic. Okay, not bad. Let's go ahead and heal up Devin. He's going to get healed up to 20 also. And we are going to take off his conditions. They are no more, which is fantastic. Okay. So, we're also going to take out his synthetic hand because he will no longer have that. They're going to use that to repair his fingers. And, in addition, he gets his wound back. So he's going to be back up to snuff. Back up to snuff. Fantastic. Okay. That's great. That all happens in 24 hours. Now, while this is happening, let's roll to see on his medical save here. Does he get total amnesia? A 1% chance. So if he gets a 1 or a 0 on his D100. Please don't get a 1 or a 0. He got a 9 and a 19. Okay, so he's good. But he will get disadvantage on his intellect checks, sanity saves, and fear saves for 4 weeks. That's a long time. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Wow, I feel so good about that, for sure. Now, what does the auditor require of us to get the ship put into our name? Let's go to another little supplement I picked up called the Hauler's Handbook. And what we're going to do is we're going to roll on these cargo runs. And we're going to have to do this cargo run to basically pay off the auditor. We won't get any pay from this. This will be just to pay off the auditor. So no matter what we roll, it's all just to pay off the auditor. This job is done for free. And then when we do jobs for the university, which we now have through 3 debt, every time we do a job for them, it will pay off some of that debt. Okay? So what we're going to do first, we're going to roll a d6 right here. That will be a 2 ration cubes. Normally would pay 7,000 credits. Okay? And the delivery location is going to be what? 3, a planetary settlement. Okay? How far away is it? I would normally do any of these, but we're just gonna do the close ones until we are until they can trust us. Basically, we're just gonna do in system. So one of these 2. So we're gonna roll a d4, and if we get a 3 or 4, we'll just divide it. Okay, so a 2, so a decent distance, which is d10 weeks away, and we get full pay for it. So a d10 weeks away is how many weeks? 10 weeks! Oh my God! 10 full weeks! Well, we know Devin's intellect checks will be all repaired in that time. Okay, so we know that. And we're going to a lunar settlement, and for the d10 complications, we need to roll twice to see what complications happen. So we're going to roll a 5 and a 1. So on a 1, the delivery location has a nightmarish amount of bureaucracy to get in or out. Form filling, excessive questioning, long lines. Okay, so it's got bureaucracy we have to overcome. And number 5, the contact at the delivery point misremembers the pay amount, attempting to hustle the crew. So hustler for payment. So we'll have to deal with that, both of those things when we get there. And we know it's on a lunar settlement. We could either roll a settlement that we already know about. We don't have a lunar settlement other than this station. That would make sense. So let's just roll on the random table on a lunar settlement and see what we get for that. It's a D3, so I'll roll a D6. All right, so that's a 2. The Lunar Zoo. Galaxy famous in its own sector, the Lunar Zoo is home to a host of exotic low-gravity life forms. Critics say these are really just mundane creatures painted in funny colors, but are likely just jealous they didn't discover the moon bear. Hilarious. Okay, cool. So we're going to deliver food to this zoo. All right, so we're going to be delivering ration cubes to the zoo. How many? They didn't say, did they? Can we take our ship? Let's do it. Okay, we know that they were doing ration cubes to the zoo. We'll also use this same mechanic to look at our cargo manifest that we can do on our own at a later time. So ration cubes to the zoo, and how many? How many can this ship hold? How many can the freighter hold? For one thing, let's find out. It can carry up to 50 cargo containers. Jeez! How many do they have for us to bring? I can carry 50. Doesn't say per container unit, it says. So that's the pay. How many do they want us to bring? Let's roll a D10 and find out. 8. Okay. Can I buy more and sell it? Yeah, but how would I pay for it? I don't have very much credits. So, all right. So we're going to say there's 8 ration cubes. We'll just take just the 8. To the zoo. It'll take us 10 weeks to get there. We'll try to shave some time off with our piloting skill if we can. And of course, we will roll encounters as we go. So everything's going as planned, right? So that's great. 24 hours pass, and Devin is able to come out of the hospital. Now we have 4 days left on the bounty hunter clock before they come to rendezvous with the ship. We need to get some crew for the ship. We can't man this crew by ourselves. It takes, on average, to man this ship, 12 crew. Well, that's the crew capacity. It doesn't say like what they have to have in order to fully got 12 cryopods. Okay, cool. It doesn't have any weapons. It does have point defense. We discovered, but they didn't attack us. So no weapons. How many crew does it take to man this thing? It can house up to 12. How many of those 12 are required? 8. Okay, so we need 6 more crew. So we are going to start to scour the docks, the bars, the university, student unions. We're just looking for crew members to man the battle stations, so to speak. And we're just going to hire them at cost. So for contractors, desperate people, criminals, these people are 0 to 1,000 credits per month. Blue collar workers, asteroid miners, bodyguards, pioneers, teamsters are 1 to 3,000. Okay, so that's probably what we're gonna go through. We don't need a pilot. We've already got a pilot. I think we're just gonna go for the blue collar workers, some maybe some grunts, and we're gonna see what we can get for these 8. All right, so these contractors, they're not gonna be involved in a lot of our gameplay. What we're going to do is we're just going to get these guys. If they have to like fight or whatever, then that'll be fine. But we're going to go ahead and we will get just Teamsters. They are 2,000 credits for the Teamsters. And maybe we could get a grunt. They're only 1,500. Maybe they could help as well. So let's get 2 grunts. That's 3,000. And then 4 teamsters. So that's 8,000 plus 3,000. That's 11,000 credits we have to pay these guys. That's their monthly salary, 11,000. Holy crap, that's expensive. Now we see why it says running a ship on your own is really expensive. So 11,000 credits to crew this ship. And that's like a skeleton crew as well. I think we're going to go ahead and do it. We have to pay their first month's salary up front, and then we can pay them from our jobs. 11,000. Holy crap. We'll also note that in 10 weeks, that's 2 months. It's 2.5 months. So we're going to have to come up with some more money in order to pay this crew. Jeez, this is getting crazy. Okay, so we definitely need to figure out a way to do this. Then it's 8 ration. We have to do it to pay for this. It's 8 ration cube containers to the zoo for 10 weeks. Okay. We've got 22,000 credits, and this will basically be all of our credits. I'm going to go ahead and take one more debt. I'm going to take on one more debt. And for one more debt, we can get the contractor salaries, but not their signing bonuses. Okay. So I have to pay the 11,000 for the signing bonuses, and then I can take a debt. Or I can just add to my debt the creditors. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So we're going to use 11,000 credits as a sign-on bonus. I could spend 7,000 of that to buy an extra container of rations that I could sell in addition to the 8. Because I think there's 7,000 credits each. If I could roll, can I negotiate for an additional half-cost one? I'm not going to worry about it. I don't want to try to get into a little mini game of trading at this point. We'll just take on contracts and then get paid that much for those contracts. So that's fine. Okay. We're just going to go with what we got. It has now been, we'll say we spent another day. Let's roll a D4. How many days did it take to find all these crew? One more day. Okay. 3 days left. All right. We get the ship loaded up and we got the crew on board. If we have interactions with the crew, we'll give them names and identities. But for now, they are just they're just hangers on. Cade welcomes Devin back when Devin gets through with his treatments. We will have to get some med support somehow for Vasco from this station. That we'll have to do after we get some money. We are hard up for money right now. So what we're going to do is we are going to check and see, will the bounty hunt, there's still 3 days left before the bounty hunters come to report to the ship. Will they see if we leave now? If we leave dock, will they see? I'm going to say even odds. 4. Yes. Okay. No modifier. Yes, they will notice. All right. So Heck, we're just going to go ahead and take off and just risk it, I guess. What else is there to do, right? We start loading up onto the ship. We got the cargo all loaded and everything, and we begin taking off from the ship. And at some point, as we leave the dock, the bounty hunters notice that our ship is leaving, and they radio, and we're going to try to trick them and say that we have to go on a journey. They can just stay and enjoy more shore leave. We're going to do an intellect roll with Cade, not with Devin, because he gets a disadvantage. So we're just going to use Cade. He doesn't get to add any of his skills or anything. He's just going to say, you can stay here. Don't worry about it. We'll be back. And you guys can dock when we get back. And then he passes. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Okay, so he is able to convince them that they can chill out and rest here at the station, and we will be back in due time. And they just buy it. I don't think they liked this Aram Wolf at all, and so I think they were more than happy to stay and drink and party and have nice good times here at the Scorch Station. Okay, so now we have to make our way to the zoo, the Lunar Zoo. What was the name of it? Yeah, the Lunar Zoo is the name of it. Galaxy famous in its own sector. Okay, so it's a famous zoo, and we have to worry about things when we get there, but nothing on the way. So we're just going to roll some encounters, and instead of doing every day, because that would be brutal, we are going to make a check every week. It's going to be 10 weeks. That's 10 checks. We'll make an encounter every week. We'll go for the pacing moves instead of doing an encounter. So if we do a pacing move, we can be a little more generous with what happens, right? So if we get an NPC takes action or advance a threat, perhaps we will have something to do with bounty hunters or pirates or something. But we'll see what happens. And we'll just roll pacing move for week 1. Week 1 in our journey to the Lunar Zoo here in the Hope system. What do we have? What happens? 1, foreshadow trouble. Okay. So we intercept some radio chatter as we are on our way that Devin Valentine and Cade Zachary are still in the Hope system, and they are still on the loose. So we know that the bounty hunters are still on our tail. Besides those 3 bounty hunters, there's still other bounty hunters. So we're going to increase the progress to a 7. That other bounty hunters are catching word that we are in the Hope system. So it's going to be more and more difficult for us to avoid additional bounty hunters as we continue on our way. All right, very good. Roll again, second week. 6. Add a random event to the scene. Okay. Add a random event. So we're going to roll action and topic from the deck of cards. Action is 2 of hearts. Seek, 7 of clubs. Topic, focus. Enemies seek us. Okay. That, to me, that says one thing and one thing only. The bounty hunters at Scorch Station find out that it was us in the ship all along, and they are now catching up to us in their ships, and they are going to confront us. And they have 3 fighters. We are largely unarmed except for our automated defenses, which are not going to be very effective against fighters, but perhaps they will be. We'll see. But we're going to ask a question 50-50 chance. Do they attack us from their fighters, or do they try to dock with us and attack us in person? So do they attack directly from the fighters? 50-50. 4 is a yes. Yes. Yes, they do. So they begin to attack with their fighters, and we're going to be in some ship combat. So right now, the distance is they have detected us. All right, so they're at detection range, which requires 1 fuel. We should be able to, you would think, outrun these. I don't really like these rules, I'll be honest with you. I don't really like these combat rules where you use up all your fuel doing these actions, because the ships have so little fuel as is, especially fighters. Like, they basically would have no chance against us. We could just outrun them. As a fighter, presumably not going to have as much fuel as, say, a large ship, right? So our ship, a freighter, has 12 fuel, for example. And a fighter, it doesn't even show what a fighter would have. It just says it can travel for a week. So is that 1 fuel? You know, I think a fuel is a month. So how would that even work for them trying to catch up to us? Okay, so according to this little mini ship, the fighters, I'm going to switch over to this so you can read it. The fighters have 2 fuel. Okay, so that's good. They can take 1 hit, and they do 1d2 mega damage. Makes sense. They have a 30 save, so I guess that's going to be the same as their combat. So what we're going to do is we're going to use these rules here. Right now we're at long range. That's detection range. All right, let's see. Detection range is, because we're on the 2nd week of travel. So we have to do opposing movement rolls to see which one makes progress. So there's 3 of them. We're not going to do this whole thing where we bid fuel and all that stuff. I'm not interested in that. So what we're going to do is we are going to see if we can make progress. They are at long range currently. They can attack at disadvantage at long range, apparently. We cannot. We can attack at long range as well, but we will get disadvantage on that attack. Yeah, we might as well, though. But we only have point defense weapons. They are really only meant for attacks at contact range, because it's really for short range. It says that all weapons can be fired at firing range. Okay, we'll call it firing range. That'll be fun. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to roll a piloting check with Cade, and he is going to make a roll. Oops. We're going to roll a stat, intellect, piloting. He got a 46, which is a success. And so we make progress. So we're going to see if we leave them behind or if they also make progress. So we're going to have to roll to save. Their save is a 30. Or excuse me, a 50 for thrusters. So they have to get under a 50. All right, so we're going to roll for 3 of them. He got a critical save. So not only did he stay with us, he gets to move up into firing range. So I'm going to have to take some notes. All right, so we're going to have our ship here. And this ship, we're going to paint it green. That's for us. And we are currently at long range from 3 of the ships. So long range, we're going to say, is 3 steps out. And so one of those ships has made it to short range. And we're going to make that a red. Oops. It's going to be at 1 fighter there. And then this is at firing range. This is at adjacent range, meaning they can board. And then this will be at detection range. So 2 of them are at detection range, And we will roll for them to see how this goes. Okay, so next turn he'll be able to attack without disadvantage. These two guys, they can either move. I guess they can attack as well. Might as well, right? Now let's move up first. So we're gonna roll. Let's move this over here, like so. My real fancy diagram there. We are going to roll for the second ship. That's this guy. We're gonna number these guys. Oops. So number 2 also gets to move up. He also, oh no, he succeeded. Sorry, he succeeded, so he doesn't get left behind, but he doesn't get to move forward. He is going to go ahead and attack at disadvantage, and he has to beat a what? 30. So he failed. Doesn't matter if what his second roll is because he's at disadvantage because we're at such a long range. Okay. Let's get this broken out as well. I'm going to bring this down here. This will be up here. Gonna make room for all my tabs. He missed. He fired at us and missed with his laser guns. Now it's number 3's turn. He's going to roll to see if he makes progress. He gets a 44 versus a 50. So I believe that too is a... Yes. His thruster is a 50, so he gets a critical success. So not only does he succeed, he also gets to move forward into firing range. Okay, fantastic. So now it is our turn. Okay, so our ship's turn. Cade is going to make a save here with his piloting to see if we can pull away. He gets a success. Fantastic. So he gets to pull away unless they also make a save. Devin is going to man the point defense weapons from a terminal in the cockpit, and he's going to take aim at number 1, and we're going to try to fire with my point defense weapons. Now the point defense weapons are not great. We're going to use Devin's combat skill, which is 45 plus his 0G, so that's 55. All right. So he has to beat a 55. So we're going to fire our point defense weapons at number 1. Got to beat a 55. That is a fail. Okay. So we're going to give him a stress. All right. Ship combat coming up. Super exciting. Okay, so we got a piloting success. So now, if these guys fail in their piloting checks, they have to beat a 50 every time, then they will move back into detection range and will be attacking at disadvantage. So first guy is going to do his check. He succeeds. It is not a critical success, so he does not move forward, but he does succeed. And so now he can also attack without disadvantage. And that is what he is going to do. He has to beat a, what? 30, I think? Yeah, 30. He has to beat a 30. And he gets a 71. That's a fail. All right, so he does not get a hit on us. Thank goodness. Number 2. Number 2 is going to make his save. Does he advance? Does he fall back? That is a 55. That is a critical fail. Not only do we advance, and he is in detection range, he has to move back to, like, completely out of range. What? Come on, bro. There we go. This is out of range, and this is out of contact. All right, so he's like losing sight of us altogether. We'll give him a chance to catch up, and then he'll be out of the fight because we're gonna lose him. Okay, number 3, he's also going to roll. He also gets a failure, but it's not a critical failure, so he's just gonna move back into detection range. So if he attacks, he's gonna be at disadvantage. He'll go in and he'll attack. That's a fail. Doesn't matter. Don't have to roll a second time because you already failed. Okay, fantastic. Well, that's great. Now it's back to us again. Cade first. Cade first gets to roll to see if he can pull away from these guys. He gets a success again. Fantastic. That's great. So he's going to pull away unless they also can get a success. Devin is going to roll against 55, his combat. He gets a 75. That's a miss. He gets a stress. Devin's getting stressed out. He is missing over and over. He don't like it. I don't like it, miss. Okay. First bounty hunter in the fighter. Try to catch up. He cannot catch up. He goes back one. He will try to attack. That's a fail. Okay. No need to attack second time. This guy, even if he succeeds, he won't be able to catch up. But if he fails, he's going to be out of the combat altogether. Like, he's already out of contact. He's going to get a chance to stay where he's at. If he fails, he'll be completely out of the combat. He'll be gone forever. So he succeeded. So he's out of contact, but he basically knows what general direction we're heading. So he's also following us. Okay. Next will be number 3. Mr. Number 3 is going to roll, and he gets a success also. So he is going to stay on us as well. And he's going to fire. That's a miss. Okay. Fantastic. We're doing great. Come on, Cade. Keep it up. Keep it up, Cade. You got this. All right. Another success. 40. Cade is like, he is knocking them out of the park for sure. He is doing it. I'm loving it. So, Mr. 1, he gets an 18. He is successful. He's going to go ahead and attack. He got a 46, which is a fail. So there's no reason to attack again. Second guy has another fail. So he is out of it. He is no longer part of this chase scene. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. What are you doing? What are you doing with your life? No fill. Okay. So we're down to two bounty hunters. Number 3, can he stay with Cade? He did succeed. He stays with Cade. He's going to go on an attack at disadvantage. That's a hit. He's going to roll disadvantage though. And that's another hit. All right. So they do get a hit on us, even with disadvantage. So what is their damage? 1d2 damage. So we're going to do a 1d4 and we'll half it. So that's a 1d2. That's a 2 damage. Okay. How does damage work? Oops, for ships. 2 damage. So I have to roll twice, I guess, to see what damage they do to our ship. Whew, that sucks. That's scary. All right, we're going to roll. Let's see what happens. A 1, emergency fuel leak. Every time you spend fuel, you spend 1 more. Okay. And 5, hull breach. All aboard make a body save or take 1 wound from the explosion. On a critical fail, get violently sucked into space. Oh my god! We already got a hull breach. All aboard must make a body save or take 1 wound. Oh my gosh, from an explosion. Holy cow, that's frightening. Okay, Devin, he gets to take a body save with a 0G, so he has to beat a 50. Come on, Devin. No! He just got healed, and now he's taking a wound. An explosive wound. Okay, I'm going to roll Cade as well. So we know that Devin's got a wound, and so does Cade. Both of them take a wound, and Cade, they both take a stress, and we'll probably have to make a panic check, I think, as well, because we just got a hull breach, and we're leaking fuel. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's roll on the wound table. We are now, I'm going to say, in bad shape. So we'll have to take disadvantage on our next check. Wound table. Both of them take a wound. Both of them get hit and take a wound. This is not good. This is not good. Not good at all. This may be the end. Or it's an explosive wound. Fire and explosives. Okay, here we go. Both Cade and Devin are both going to take a wound. All right. So I have to roll a d10 for each of them. I'll just roll both of these 2d10s here. 4 and a 4. They both got the same wound. Fire and explosive. Number 4. Extensive burns. Minus 1d10 strength. Oh my gosh. All right. So let's roll strength. 9. Holy cow. So 25 strength for Devin. All right. And then for Cade, 7. So Cade is down to 53 strength. Ooh, Cade's a strong boy, isn't he? So that's not good. I have to take note what their original stats were, because now they're going to be down to modified stats here. So he's down to 53. I think he can take medical treatment for this. So Devin, and Cade are both now wounded. Both wounded. They both have 1 wound. The ship has been severely damaged, and we're in bad shape. Okay, now we both have to make a panic check as well. And we can take advantage on this panic check. But let's see. Cade rolls a 19. That's a success. You have to roll over your over your stress. So I have to roll over a 5 for Devin. He has an 8. Whew, that's good. All right. So we succeeded, but just barely. So now, to remind ourselves, we now have a hull breach, which is not great. And we don't have a fire on board, but the explosion did damage us. On a critical fail, get violently sucked into space. Jeez. Okay, that's not good. We also know that we have a emergency fuel leak. So we're going to have to work on that. Devin is going to come off of the guns. He's going to go and try to seal this emergency fuel leak. He's going to don his vac suit, as will Cade. They both don their vac suits. And we are going to address this emergency fuel leak with Devin. He's going to roll against his intellect with mechanical repair, which would be 56, but he gets disadvantage because he had that treatment. So let's see what he gets. 56, that's a fail, but just barely. And a 61, which also is a fail, but still it's a failure. So yeah, he takes a stress. Another stress. And let's see what happens with his failure move. Let's roll a failure move. 1. Causes harm. Oh my god. And we already got a d6 here. Let's just take that 4 damage. So he's able to relieve the, he's able to fix the thing, the fuel leak, but he gets some severe wound, or some burns, and it takes down 4 of his health. All right. Okay. Wow. This is crazy. Okay. Whew. Ha. Hot. Hot stuff. Now, back to combat. Presumably, that didn't slow us down because it wasn't our engines. We just we were losing fuel, but he got it repaired. But he won't be able to make an attack this turn because he's doing the stuff. So now Cade gets to roll another piloting check. He gets a success. That's good. That means that they will both have to succeed or fall away. So this guy is going to get a 77. That's a critical fail. He gets back 2. That's excellent. This guy is another critical fail. Oh my gosh. I love it. My God. What a crazy, crazy thing. Okay. Cade, one more time, my friend. Please get us out of here. He succeeds. He succeeds. All right, they have to succeed one more time or they're out of the combat. He succeeds. Okay. And how about this guy, number 3? He also succeeds. They both stay in the fight. Oh my gosh. These guys are relentless. All right, here we go. Here goes Cade. Critical failure. No. He gains a stress and they get to catch up no matter what, even if they fail, unless they get a critical fail, which they'll go back. But they get an automatic success. Okay, so now we're going to check them. And he gets another success. So that means he gets to move up to detection range. Okay. And then this guy also succeeds. So he gets to move up as well. Now, they each get to attack at disadvantage. That's a success and a success. Oh no! Oh no! A D2 damage is a 1. Oh my god. We can't afford this. Alright, we're going to take another damage. A 9. Abandoned ship. The ship is destroyed in 1d10 minutes. No! Oh my god. No! No! How many minutes? 1d10? 10 minutes. Okay, we got 10 minutes. Cade and Devin both run to the drop ship. They get on board. Cade has to make another one last piloting save in order to get us out of the ship in time. It's a critical success. We are able to remove ourselves from the ship as it explodes and is destroyed. That's not cool. Not cool at all. Wow. Our ship and all of our cargo destroyed. So, since we got a critical success, we get to move forward. Here they are now. Let's go ahead and add in our little shuttle, our little drop ship. There's no way we're going to be able to escape with this drop ship. I don't feel like. Oh, our new ship is gone. How are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? We're going to have to surrender, I guess. They're going to blow us out of the sky. Oh, no surrender. No surrender. I've got an idea. Okay. Critical success. We escaped. If they hit our our shuttle, our drop ship, we're in trouble. Okay. We're in trouble. All right. So now it is time for Cade. Oh, he went already. Devin is going to pick up the laser cutter from Devin and from the cargo rack, because we had everything loaded up onto this thing. And he moves to the cargo ramp. He lowers it and he takes a shot with his laser cutter. How many shots are left? Cade, how many shots did you have left of this laser cutter? He had laser cutter. Where is it? He had 1 shot left. Oh my gosh. You get 1 chance, Devin. You get 1 chance. We're going to roll. 63. That's a miss. And it's not even a weak hit. Devin, why? Why did you miss? Why did you miss? He fires the last shot from the laser cutter. And he misses. And that is all for the laser cutter. We have to get a new battery for that in order to keep that going. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. This may be the end of the boys. This may be the end of the boys. He also takes a stress. Okay. Next will be Cade. He's gonna no, Cade already went. He got us off the ship. Okay, next will be these guys. They're gonna see if they can catch up with us. Once again, they just gotta get a success, and that's a failure. So he doesn't drop back. He just doesn't gain on us. And he does gain on us. And he can attack without disadvantage. And he's going to do so. He's got to beat a 30. And he does a 23. He does what kind of damage? 5. Hull breach again. Oh no! Oh no! A hull breach! No! Our drop ship is going to get destroyed. We have to make a body save. Plus 0G. It's a 50. It's a 50 for Devin. Okay, he does. Thank goodness. Devin is saved without an explosive wound. Let's do a save for Cade. Also, a body save plus 0G. He's got to beat a 46. A critical success. Not only does he save there, he is not going to take a panic check because he is calm and collected. Devin, however, does have to make a panic check. He has to beat a 7 over a 7. Oh no. But unfortunately, he rolled a 7. It has to beat a 7. Okay. That's fine. Let's check on the panic table. Panic! I think I have it actually on this thing here. Might be easier to get to. Panic. Ah, here it is. Panic check. I'm going to roll on the panic check. He gets a 9, which means he's deflated. Plus 1 stress when close ally fails a save. Oh my god. That's going to be more debt. If we even live through this. This is spiraling out of control. This is not good. Not good. Okay. Devin's hanging on in the back. Whew. Oh my god. This is crazy. Alright. Cade, get us the heck out of here. Failure. Oh no. Stress gained. Oh no. Ooh. They're going to have a chance to get caught up to us. Alright, so this guy's going to try to catch us. 49. That is a success. He's able to make progress and he can attack. He's going to do so. He's got to beat a 30. And he does. This is it. We're dead. Number 3. Mega damage. 3. Navigations are offline. Cannot make thruster checks. 10% chance of all navigation data wiped. Alright, so let's roll that. 47. So that didn't happen. But now we can't make thruster checks, meaning we can't run. This guy is also going to attack us. Number 3. A 64, or 6 rather. 6 life support systems offline. Oxygen limited to 1d10 multiplied by the maximum number of crew. Doesn't matter, we're in our vac suits. Okay. But with the mega damage, I believe we're supposed to take another, yep. Ship critical fails. Everybody makes a panic check. Devin makes a panic check, and he rolled under his stress. That means he panics, which means he gets a 16 rage. Advantage on all damage rolls for the next 1d10 hours. All crew members gain 1 stress, though. Oh my gosh, he's raging for the next 3 hours. Okay, and Cade also gets a stress. Oh my gosh. And he has to panic as well from this, and he succeeds. Okay. Oh my gosh. Guys, should we just surrender at this point? We're going to get killed. Does Cade want to surrender? Yes, on a 3+. Nope, he does not. Okay, he doesn't want to surrender. Okay. What about Devin? Does Devin want to surrender? Yes, he does. So Devin says, "Cade, we gotta turn off the engines. We gotta let them take us." And Cade says, "There's no way they're gonna take us alive. There's no way for them to transport us. They're gonna kill us and claim the lesser bounty. I guarantee it." Does Devin believe him? He's gonna make an intellect check to see if he can convince Devin. Yes, he does. Okay, so we're gonna keep running. All right, we're gonna run. Critical failure. No! Stress gained. Oh my god. An automatic adjacent for both of these guys. There's nowhere to dock. They can't dock with us. They're just gonna blow us out of the water. So at adjacent range, then they get any sort of like attacking it. They can board, but they're not gonna board because they're in fighters. I don't think these fighters have room. Let's see, mostly thruster. Yeah, it has room for 1. That's it. Room for 1 person. Yeah, crew of 1. Okay. Well, folks, that's that. I think we're doomed. I don't think we're gonna be able to do anything. They're gonna roll to attack. That's a miss on the first one. Second one, that's a miss as well, but it's a weak hit. That means he gets a 1 damage. So instead of a 1d2, he gets automatic 1. That's a 5. That's another hull breach. That's another hull breach. All aboard, make a body save, or take 1 wound from an explosion. How many freaking hull breaches can you get before it like blows the ship up? I think they're supposed to have a mega damage amount that they can take before they're destroyed. Okay. If it ever has 9 mega damage, it's destroyed. So we've gotten 2 already on this guy. Just on the shuttle. So this will be the 3rd mega damage. And we got to take another body save to see if we take our last wound. So let's see. Okay, Devin fails. He failed his body save. He's going to take an explosion wound. This is his 2nd wound. I assume that means that's it for him, right? That's the 2nd wound. Okay, well, we're going to roll our 2nd wound to just see what happens to him. Oh my god, 7. His limbs are on fire. 2d10 damage per round. Oh my god, he's burning to death. Devin. That's all his wounds. He's got no wounds left. And he takes 2d10 damage per round. That is 6 damage. This is After this health is gone, he's dead. So 6 damage, he's down to 10 health. Okay. Devin. And we're going to have to take a panic save as well. 15. Okay, he passed. He didn't panic. He's still in his rage. And now Cade also is going to roll for a body save. 0G, yes. Critical success. He not only saves, he's able to put Devin out. Devin's flames are no longer going to be for the 2d10s or whatever rounds it was. So he's able to put Devin out, and he's not going to make a panic save. Cade's freaking hero. Okay, so that's that. We are dead in the water. It's Devin's turn. He's going to take the pulse rifle from Cade. He's just going to start blasting away. There's only 1 shot left in it, right? In the pulse rifle? No, there's 4 shots. Okay. Devin's going to take the pulse rifle. He's going to attack. He's going to roll a 55 combat. Ooh, he gets a hit. Heck yeah. 3d10 damage. That's a 10. That's 19 damage against one of the fighters. Oh my god. What? Wow. He destroys one of the fighters with his pulse rifle, and it explodes in a glorious explosion. And he actually was able to take advantage on that attack because he's in the rage. I forgot about that. But he didn't need it. He destroyed one of the ships. No problem. Cade also takes up his SMG and... Oh, he can't fire. Is it at long range also? Or is it just short range? No, he can fire at long range. Okay. He's got the ability to attack as well. He's going to use his 0G skill. He also gets a success. He also destroys another ship. It doesn't matter because they only have 1 hit. So as long as we get a hit, it destroys it. I can't believe it. They destroy both of these fighters and are now dead in the water. This dropship with no navigations, no nothing. But they are still alive. Both of them are still alive. I can't believe we lived through that. I thought for sure this was the end. I thought for sure this was the last we would see of Cade and Devin. But we're going to make one last check before the end of this episode. It's so long, but that's okay. That's what happens. We're going to roll mechanical repair. Can we repair the navigation at least? I mean, the communication. Oh, it's the navigation, not the communication that got destroyed. So we're going to send out a distress signal. And hopefully somebody will come pick us up. And we'll find out who next time. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, be sure and hit that like button. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.